Do you remember Katamari? We had Katamari Damacy on PS2. We got Beautiful Katamari later on, and then We Love Katamari, a couple others. The weird game where you play as like a little alien prince trying to roll a giant ball and roll up all the things in the world. Pretty fun, little charming, something different to play in the video game world. They've been a little quiet in recent years. We got a remake of Katamari Damacy called Katamari Damacy Reroll a little while back, but otherwise not a whole lot. Well, apparently there's a whole new Katamari game. It's called Katamari Damacy Rolling Live, and despite having Damacy in the name, as that's part of the word, it's not just another remake. It is a whole full new game, but it's released exclusively on Apple Arcade, which means you can play it on iPhone, iPad, Mac, and Apple TV, but you can't play it on a normal console or on an Android phone or on a PC. It feels like no one's talking about this, despite being a new Katamari game. And I know Bandai Namco is not necessarily in everybody's high favors at the moment, but I was excited to learn there was a new Katamari game, and while it does stink that at the moment at least it's exclusive to Apple devices, it's kind of interesting to see that it's a full-fledged Mac game if you have a Mac, or play it on iPad where it's just a great game console for it. And there have been other Apple Arcade games that later get ports elsewhere, like Balatro or the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Shredder's Fate. Now, I don't think either of those launched as Apple Arcade exclusives, but I think there's a hope here. And given my past history talking about mobile games that were Apple Arcade exclusive and then disappeared, I want to talk about it. I want to see if people want to play it, check it out, see what it's like, and hopefully get some traction on it so it doesn't just get deleted in a couple years. This is What the Heck is Up with Katamari Damacy Rolling Live. Welcome to Katamari Damacy Rolling Live. I am playing on the iPad version, though I will have Mac and iPhone footage to share and talk about as we go. I'm playing on an iPad M2, so Apple Silicon M2 chip. I am currently using an Xbox Series controller wirelessly through Bluetooth. I have historically been playing this game with a PS5 DualSense controller over USB using my capture dock. But every time I connect the controller to it, it switches the audio device to the controller, doesn't even output sound, but doesn't let me capture sound from this game. So a little bit of a janky setup here, but we can get into the game. Again, this is basically a full new game for Katamari. You do get 3 save slots of data to load. I don't think it's going to show us that here, but if we go into settings with Y and then load data, you can see here you have 3 save slots that theoretically should sync up through your Apple Arcade account across your devices, which is wonderful. The problem is, at least the first day that I went to play, this was not syncing up. Anytime I tried to play on my Mac, it was acting as if I had started over. But if I did start on the Mac, then open it up on iPad, it'd be like, hey, do you want to use your cloud data or your local data? Because your local data has progress and your cloud data doesn't. So, as usual, some jank there, but it should be working. I picked it up on my iPhone recently and all the data was synced up. But you do have 3 primary save slots here for your Apple account. Other settings of note, you can change your controller settings. They do have the 4 control styles that they introduced a while back. We can go over those in a moment when we get into the game. In display settings, on iPad and iPhone, you just have a 30 and 60 FPS option. On Mac, you have some other graphics options, including resolution, as well as 120 FPS as an option. I'm kind of bummed that this is not present on the iPhone and iPad versions, as both of my other Apple devices are capable of 120 FPS, 120 Hertz modes. So it's kind of surprising that they're not present there, but that's okay. And this is what the primary game menu looks like. This is otherwise like a full-fledged little Katamari game here. The theme of this game is that live streaming, has taken over the world, and the cosmos, the king and queen, are not happy with being ignored, and by normal humans gaining a following over them. And so you are sent, the prince is sent to Earth to start live streaming, build up a chat, build up subscribers. So what we have in the top left-hand corner here is our subscriber count. Our current subscriber count is 88,940. Then we get candies that we get from our subscribers that we can use to spend on things, and then stars for completing the levels. If we hit R1 here and go to the king menu here, you can switch your character. So we've unlocked some cousins. We've got La La La, we've got Marnie, and we've got Cameron. I had just unlocked one on iPhone, but I did not complete the level yet. But you have lots of little cousins you can unlock. And then if we hit R1 again, we can start customizing how they look with items that you get in the game. So you got devil horns, party hat. I honestly have not unlocked that many yet. If we go over here to the face, I got a monocle. I don't really have anything else yet. For the body, I do not have anything. I've played through most of the levels so far, but haven't really unlocked most of those things. I think you spend candy on them. And same thing, you can actually get gifts for the king. Now these, again, are distributed through gifts you can get in the game as long as you beat the level. If you hit the present, roll it up, you can unlock these things, but I think you also get them through the candy menu. So you see the candy currency at the top here. That is something you actually spend on your characters. And if I hit L3, we can also get candies from our individual subscribers. If they like us enough, like this one does, we just got 10 candy from them. And this is kind of a recurring thing, and you can gather all that at once. I don't know that there's anything to micromanage with regards to doing anything with these people. It is purely just a way to automatically get this mobile game currency, which I'm not a huge fan of. If we hit start, then we can go over here, view the cosmos. View your planets that you've recently put in there. You can look at them closer with the telescope. Pretty basic there for Katamari. We can also go to our collection of items. How many we've picked up, what percentages, all that jazz. Leaderboard rankings for your subscribers. So someone has already topped 1 billion subscribers, which is insane. Given that there's only 2 of them, I get the feeling that they cheated. But I don't know that, so I shouldn't say that. It just seems very suspicious when you look at that the 9 million versus 1 billion. Missions, you get daily missions to get additional candies that you can complete. Pretty basic stuff. And then there is the candy shop. So the candy shop is how you can unlock additional cosmetics. This is where the mobile game goop kind of comes into play. There's no way to spend money on it right now, and the game is free if you have an Apple Arcade subscription, so I guess I don't mind it. It's just an in-game currency thing. But it is an additional level of things to unlock. So maybe we'll get something for the king here. I'm gonna buy it. Oh, badges. It says that on the left. You can buy additional cousins, which is a fascinating idea. Which one do I want to buy? Oh, I don't have that many. I don't have very many candies to buy them. Okay. Presents. And then there's pickups. I guess this is like a weekly featured kind of thing. I don't really know. I guess I'm going to save up for a present or 800 candies. Holy bananas. Guess I'm going to save up for a present or a cousin. That is that. And then there is also, lastly, the channel over here. Oh, that is this menu right here. I don't know. Why is that accessible to multiple menus? I don't know. But now we have a new sticker for the king. Anyway. So we can jump into some levels. I'm going to do the tutorial mission real quick here so you can see the control schemes, and then we'll play just like a normal one. So these are your potential fans, your subscribers, people you can do collaborations with, collabs. There's lots of references baked into here to internet culture. Like they talk about, instead of as fast as possible, now it's shorts. The king is struggling with the short form format of modern media as he wants to build the biggest Katamari possible, but instead everything's about short attention spans and live streaming. Kind of a cutesy premise, and even if you... What? Royal Rainbow again? The tutorial again? This won't increase our viewership. Well, since we have no viewership, do as you please. It's just... It's full of pretty clever writing for this, honestly. And he addresses the viewers. But we've already done this, so we'll skip. So again, you have 4 different control schemes. Simple was introduced a while back. It seems like it might be best for mobile, but honestly, it sucks. You can't do most of the moves like quickly swapping sides or the charge. Like, it's way more difficult to do because you only control it with one thumbstick or one thumb if you're on a touch screen. Usual is the normal kind of tank controls from PS2 onward, which are still hard to control, but it's kind of the name of the game. Drive is if you have a steering wheel set up and you want to do it. And then swipe is going to be more touchscreen optimized as well, which I can demo on the iPhone at some point. We're just going to go with usual and normal thing. Alternate directions. Kind of, it's like controlling an RC car. I think tank controls is perhaps not great. Instead of thinking of it like a third-person game, think of it like controlling an RC car. So if I want to turn, I can't just, like I can go side to side. But if I want to actually turn, left has to go forward, right has to go back. Or right has to go forward, left has to go back. And then you push forward. Like, it is very much like controlling an RC car. And then you can click both sticks twice. Oh, it's not gonna... Wow, it's not gonna let me do the charge yet. You can click both sticks twice to jump sides. You can roll over a wall by pressing both up. Yeah, it's not even gonna let me do that move at all. And then you roll your Katamari ball over things that are small enough for you to pick up, but you won't be able to pick up big things yet until you get big enough. So like right now, I hit the wall, nothing happens. If you start hitting things, things will fall off. But as we build up a bigger and bigger Katamari, we will be able to pick up literally anything in the world. You start to be able to just destroy the world. So I'm gonna back out of this tutorial mission and we are going to do a normal level. All right, over here on the iPhone, let's check out the other control schemes really quick that you might want to do if you're playing on an actual touch device and not with a controller. So we have simple, which we will start with because they keep recommending it. I really hate it. This is a single joystick affair. So you can do sideways, you do turning by doing diagonals. You can change your look by switching over to the other thumbstick, which does not feel helpful. If it's supposed to be a singular thumbstick affair, still using the other thumbstick does not seem to make it easier for me. Let's try the swipe one. So you control Katamari by swiping the screen. So you roll by swiping up, left, right, down. You can change your look by double swiping with 2 fingers. This one is a fail for me. I'm going to say this is absolutely miserable because you're not using a joystick anymore. You have to put bespoke individual actions into changing directions. Like if I'm rolling forward, I cannot change direction. I am pushing to the left right now. You have to let go and change directions. And then you have to involve another finger, which if I'm playing a game like this, I'm probably going to try to use my thumb. And so then I have to figure out 2 thumbs. It's not... This is worse than even the normal ones. I really recommend just sticking with the usual control scheme, and I think it's a shame that they try to push you to something else. I'll come down. What do we got? That one gets hard, and I'll show you why in a minute, because the problem, we'll just do one of these fast ones. So this one is basically a speed run to see how quickly you can get a 50 centimeter Katamari. You can change the songs a little bit once you unlock them. You have little sub goals to get the 3 stars so you can get more stars to unlock more things. Typical progression mechanics. But you start rolling, and obviously if you start rolling over things that are too big, it won't let you pick it up and you will start dropping things off your Katamari. But if you roll over small enough things and build it up, then you'll be able to really start growing it pretty quickly. And I'm already halfway there. So like, very, very quickly. Like I said, it's more of like a speedrun challenge. And the controls are something you're going to end up fighting against. This is something I see complained about a lot online of like, what am I doing wrong? You're not really doing anything wrong. The name of the game is controlling this giant ball that you're pushing around. And if you start picking up awkwardly sized or shaped things, it's going to change the shape and the roll of your ball. And you have to take that into consideration. Like, that's just part of it. That's life. I ran into a corner there, so I'm clearly not going to get a fast speed here. I'm not going to get 3 stars. But you see what I'm talking about. Like, I started picking up signs instead of just the fruits, and now I can pick up these, like, Reynolds wrap boxes, and now it's going to make me start rolling super awkwardly. And the controls aren't bad. It's just awkward to control a giant ball when you've picked up big rectangles underneath it. You start picking up this stuff, and when you go in places that have things you can't pick up, then you're wasting a lot of time and get kind of screwed here. I'm surprised we can't pick up those ramen cups yet. No, it looks like we did. We're just rolling around. I'm picking up mice now. In the bottom left, it shows you all the different kinds of groceries you're picking up. I am definitely getting a 1-star score here, even though we had quite the fast start. Some of these bigger vegetables just are not ready to be picked up yet. And I am treading repeat ground at this point. So with these levels, you are not going to just play through them once and beat the game. You are going to be doing repeat playthroughs as you try to figure out the optimal path. And some of the levels will all use the same track, which will make things a little bit easier as well to figure out. But you are going to be repeating plays of the levels to try to find the most optimum path to get the quickest score you can. So it took me 2 minutes and 6 seconds to get a 50 centimeter Katamari. If we end it, it's probably still just a 1-star. And so he's going to look at it and talk to you see our live stream chat in the top corner. He's going to talk to the viewer we were collaborating with for this stream, as it were. A timed sail is like a battlefield. You mustn't let your guard down. 207. You're cutting it close. Barely made it in time. It is a new record. And then it'll analyze what all you have picked up in your Katamari, and it gives you the option to shoot it into the sky because your collaborator is giving it to you. It is a new record, so I will shoot it into the sky, but you can also turn it into stardust, or moon dust, sorry. I don't think it really contributes to anything. I think it's just, do you want to replace your past one or not? 50 centimeters, 207. Yeah, still only 1 star. So I got a few new subscribers, very slowly built up here, but I did not progress us into getting the stars. So I mentioned all of those issues with the control because I'm going to jump into this eating contest one here. This one is a 7-minute long mission. I don't know if I'll finish it in the whole video here, but to just show you some of my thoughts that I had as I was trying to learn. This is the first level I really played through on my phone, trying to get a feel whether I could handle the touchscreen joysticks or not. Answer, not really. But you start out controlling a person, and it's not to eat other people like some of the levels. Like you start, there's one where he gets mad that he's getting ignored, and you have to roll up people to show them how big the king is. This is not this. You are doing an eating contest, and you need to fill up as much food in the time limit as possible. And so you're controlling this guy as he slowly inhales more and more of this food, and it is awkward as hell because you're controlling a very awkward shape. And it's kind of infuriating to control and think that you're rolling over things when you aren't, and the magnetism of what you roll over is not very apologetic. It's not very flexible. I forget the word I'm looking for, but you know, it won't go easy on you. And of course, your goal is to eat as much food as possible, but you may need to increase your size and thus roll over some stuff that isn't food so that you can get your size up. And then you're not making progress towards the food goal. It's a whole thing. Like I can barely even roll over those because I was stuck up against the pole. I can't, like, there's no accuracy. There's no accuracy trying to roll this dude. And so it becomes quite the challenge to actually do things in any sort of precise... I just rolled over that orange. Grapefruit, whatever. It becomes quite the challenge to do anything with any sort of accuracy or precision or intentionality. Because you were just hobbling all over the place. And the goal, again, for this one is to see how much food you can eat in the 7 minutes. Which doesn't sound that bad. These kinds of missions are usually easier, but when you have the control scheme you do, you end up backtracking a whole heck of a lot for just little things. And like I said, that's when you really start to get the mastery of what are these levels? What do they... Where's the optimum paths? Which sections should I be focusing on first as I am smaller, and then build up to bigger things so that I'm not wasting time or re-rolling over things. It's a whole ordeal. I think I need like 300 kilograms of food to get 3 stars, which like there's just no way with the time we're given. I think I picked up an Etch-a-Sketch or a hot grill, the Foreman grill or something here. And you just always want to be rolling and absorbing things as you do roll to try to best improve your size and your score. And in the background, you will notice there's always just unhinged stuff going on. Whether it's fishing, eating, shopping, like there will end up just being like the weirdest things that the people are doing. And the more you see it and the more you think about it, the weirder it gets. And here we have unlocked a new area because we've gotten big enough. This, of course, just kind of delays things. You can see our viewer count going up as we perform better, which is obviously part of a metric that you're aiming for here in this game, is getting your viewership up as well. And of course, it becomes easier and easier as you go to get bigger stuff and thus improve your size because you yourself are bigger and easier, better able to, you know, absorb things. I'm going to try to get to that new area. It does kind of get rid of the waypoint for it after a little bit, so I've often missed the new areas because I'm trying to make sure I have gotten everything I can get out of the old area, or at least before I come back. You can even roll up the signs, which helps with your size. It does not help with your food meter. You can get a water jug. Sure. Some watermelons. We have about 4 minutes left. Well, that is a big watermelon. I cannot absorb that one. Not absorb anything here, but we can start getting the fruit baskets and even the concrete, you know, blockade poles, because why not? We just picked up a whole turkey. Cannot pick that up. We can maybe get that roast pig. Nope. And you can see our guy has started eating all of the food and inflating as he does it. But we are down to 3 minutes left, and we have not even broken 200, so there's no way. Honestly, the game is one of those that's like, hello? Can I not? Nope, I cannot. It's one of those games that's really easy to get into, and then just absurdly difficult to really master if you're not immediately jiving with the controls. I just rolled over a cousin. There it is. Picked up a new cousin, so that's another, you know, character that you can play as. You pick them up by just rolling over them in the game. It's Cousin Nick. Oh, stop getting in the way. I don't even know if I'm going to get 1 star. I may not get to keep the cousin because I may not score enough. We're at 142. I don't remember what we need to be for the stars. I guess we are just doing a whole playthrough of this level. Oh, no. No fish yet? What about ice cream? Yeah, ice cream. Like, eventually you gotta stop obsessing over the super little things because you just want the best offerings. There we go. We're getting the big bowls now. You want the stuff that's gonna contribute the most weight or size to your Katamari, depending on what your goals are. Now we can get these bigger pizzas. Probably these big pie slices. Yep. These milk jugs. And now we're just rolling. We are so big now that we are just gonna roll through here. Oh my Jesus. Yep. There we go. Now we're talking. We can pick up just about anything food-wise at this point. There's a lot of structural stuff we cannot absorb yet. Oh, yeah, get all the melons. I don't know why those bounce around. That's fine. We can start getting people as well, which obviously our guy does not eat, but contributes to our size, I suppose. Because the bigger you get and the more you're able to just roll around on top of everything, the easier it is to get the actual food. Alright, I'm stuck still. Alright, we need to just get out of here quickly, quickly. Yeah, now we can just start rolling up everything we see and hope that it counts. Less than a minute left. He had a donut chain holding that line in place. That is hilarious. Oh, we're almost to 300. This is crazy. I don't think I'm quite gonna break it, and that sucks. But we've gotten ridiculously close. Giant pizzas. That's a person. I thought that was like a food thing. Oh my gosh. No. 7 away. Are you kidding me? 2 away? Pineapples. Pineapple. Yes! We did it! I think we unlocked a new secret area, but we only had 1 second left. Okay. He's actually complimenting us for once. Oh man, what a letdown. Katamari Damacy left my belly empty. I still failed? Are you kidding me? What? Disappointed our fans. Even more disappointed are we. This isn't fun at all, Prince. What was the threshold for that? What? Come again? That was my best performance for that one. 1 star was 300 kilograms or more. I had 300. I just hit 300. That was 1 star. Yeah, so you can see it gets pretty difficult. That was crazy. Yeah, so it's a game that's super easy to get to. Or get into, but very difficult to get good at, even if you're okay, passable at. I mean, I've played through all of these with minimal failure. Like, I've only failed once before this. To actually get quote-unquote good at it is a lot more difficult. This has been Katamari Damacy Rolling Live. Yeah, I don't think I get to keep the cousin. I think that's gone. I did not keep Nick. Yep. It's a fun game. I understand the platform limitations does not appeal to everyone, but frankly, I'm always looking for new games that can put my iPad to the test with a controller and everything. It's just a fun little console. My kiddo and I have been playing the heck out of this game. He loves it, and the shorter format Makes it a little bit easier to kind of jump in and jump out. I don't know that I'll be playing it on my phone regularly. I'm still looking for something that makes sense on my phone, and just touchscreen joysticks just doesn't do it for me. But yeah, hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you think about this format, inspired by the creators of Days Gone, inspired by the creators of Days Past. But let me know what you think about it in the comments below, and remember to be kind, rewind. To hear more about my thoughts on the state of mobile games and stuff, I have a whole video from our Dolcom podcast linked in the card or in the description.